In today's exercise, we're going to draw one form which has 5 loops on it. And we start off by drawing a little kind of loop at the top, then we'll curve round, draw a loop, curve down, draw a loop, curve over to the side and draw a loop, back up to draw a loop, and then we meet up with our line where we started it. This is the form that you should be practicing. And you can start it, as I did, either here, where the loop at the top starts and come round like this, or you can start it out here by the side, whatever gives you a better feel for how to control the form. The important thing is that you have a loop at the top, a loop at either side, and a loop, 2 loops at the bottom like this, and they should be placed exactly like I've drawn them here. The thing that can be difficult about this form is to really get into the movement of it, and at the same time placing the loops in the right place. So what you want to do when you draw this form is you want to make sure that you're binding at the end of the loops, and then you're releasing in the long bit that comes round. Binding at the end, releasing in the long bit that comes round. Binding at the end, and then speeding up, releasing. Slowing down, speeding up. Slowing down, speeding up. So that you get into a rhythm here. You're moving in a rhythm. And once you've placed your loops correctly, then do go over your form and really try and practice feeling that rhythm. If you're finding that it might be difficult for you to actually practice this, then I would suggest that you look at the inside of the form. So you kind of look for this, I like to call it a little house shape. I imagine this is the little roof, and then the sides of the house, and then the base of the house here. But you could also think of it as a little star shape. What you could do is you could simply practice doing that shape on its own to start with, so that you end up with, you know, the bits in the right place, so to speak. And once you've drawn your little house or star shape, then you can add in your loops. Work on getting your loops added on to your star shape. You can also, if you find it really struggling, do them straight, do straight lines so that it really does look like a house, and then start curving the lines in gently so that you end up with a kind of more star shape like thing here. I apologize if you can hear traffic in the background, then it's quite heavy out here today. Right, so the thing to say is that the important thing with this form as well is to draw it fairly large. Like I've drawn the form here, and you can see, you know, it's sort of a little bit larger than my hand. You want to draw it fairly large on your page. Don't draw it too small. You can practice doing it small, just to try and get the shapes in the right place, to get the loops in the right place, because you might find that actually when you're drawing it, you know, your loops end up in kind of wonky places, and it's difficult to kind of get the lines to meet up. So, you know, draw it small if you need to first in order to get the form correct. The other thing, a little help tip that I want to give you, is that you can do, like I think of it as little dials on a clock. So you can sort of do little lines. Or maybe got a bit too close together, maybe move that out a bit. and then I have a line there. So then what you do is you use your lines to go round, and that way, you know, you end up with your loops in the correct places. That's the exercise for this week. We'll be working on with this shape in the coming exercises, so do practice this shape, and I'll be back next week with a new shape for you.